Testing, testing. A happy new year to everybody watching at home as we are live from the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center here on the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County. We are live for men's basketball action as the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals take on the Hawks of Hagerstown Community College. Hello everyone, this is once again Isaac Donsky here to bring you all the action. We have an interesting matchup today between two teams looking to get out of the basement to the Region 20 standings, and we start with the Cardinals, 3-12 on the season, 0-5 in conference. The Cardinals unfortunately sit at the very bottom of the Region 20 standings, but there's still time to make a late run. The Cardinals are coming off, however, their worst loss of the season, 113-62 blowout loss to Howard Community College. Been a rough season for the Cardinals, but again, there's plenty of time to make a turnaround. Team leaders for the Cardinals leading the way for points is the sophomore Joaquin Gonzalez, averaging 13.5 points per game. Leading the way in rebounds is CJ Christopher Johnson with 7.4 rebounds per game. Keith Bullock Jr. leads the way in steals and assists. He averages two steals per game, 4.1 assists per game. Austin Smith has also been pretty sneaky this season, averaging 0.6 blocks per game. Meanwhile, the Hagerstown Community College Hawks come into today's game with a 3-11 record. They're 1-4 in conference, sitting third from last to Region 20 standings. They're coming off an 82-72 loss at the hands of Hartford Community College. Leading the way for them has been James Cottrell, averaging 18 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. Also keep your eyes peeled for Malik Jordan, averaging 1.8 steals per game, 3.9 assists per game, and Fulayemi Salako, averaging 1.3 blocks per game. We have the starting lineups available for you, so let's start with the visitors from Hagerstown. Starting at point guard, number 3, Malik Jordan, the 6-foot freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, graduate of Kempsville High School. Starting shooting guard, number 10, Christoph Hayden, the 6'1" sophomore from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, graduate of Edmond Santa Fe High School. Starting power forward, number 12, Kyrie Ellis, the 6'5" freshman from Joppatown, Maryland, graduate of Joppatown High School. Starting small forward, number 24, Bry Hopkins, the 6'4" sophomore from Bel Air, Maryland, graduate of C. Milton Wright High School. And starting at small forward, number 44, James Cottrell, the sophomore. We don't have his measurements or where he went to high school. Moving on to the Cardinals of CCBC Catonsville. Their starting lineup a bit impacted. We got a couple players sitting out for this game. Here's your starters. At guard, 5'10" freshman, number 1 from Cardozo High School, Keith Bullock Jr. At guard, 6'3" sophomore, number 3 from McKinley Tech High School, Joaquin Gonzalez. At point guard, 6-foot freshman, number 5, Kyrie Banks from Surrattsville High School. At guard, 6'2" freshman, number 11, Jalen Yates from Baltimore City College High School. And at small forward, 6'3" freshman, number 15, Austin Smith from Randallstown High School. The Cardinals are coached by Great White. Hagerstown is coached by Bernard Hopkins. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the start of today's game. And once again, a Happy New Year to everyone. Just about ready to get started here. Catonsville will be wearing their home white uniforms with red numbers and the always classy characteristic red shoes. Hagerstown will be wearing green uniforms with white numbers and white trim. It's a beautiful night here in Catonsville. A chilly night, but clear. Of course, we are all nice and warm and cozy here in the cavernous ceiling of the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center. Two teams come into today's game with a combined 6 wins on the season, so every win down the stretch is going to be crucial for them. As it will be Austin Smith for the Cardinals. Just waiting to see who the Hagerstown player is, who will be at center court for the tip-off. Austin Smith will be there for the Cardinals. As we're away, it was Kyrie Ellis who went to the center court for Hagerstown, and we're underway for this contest. First home game of the year for the Cardinals. Cottrell, the leading scorer for Hagerstown, with the ball. Fires a pass to Christoph Hayden. Hayden finds Ellis. Ellis dishes it out to Malik Jordan. Jordan with a jumper knocks it down. First points go to the Hawks, 2-0. Here comes Catonsville. Different lineup for the Cardinals than is usually expected. They got a couple players who aren't able to play at the start of this year. Joaquin Gonzalez finds Jalen Yates. Yates, the sharpshooter, can hit deadly from 3. Here's Gonzalez with a 3, knocks it down for the first points of the game for the Cardinals. Jordan defended heavily there by Bullock, and Bullock steals it, but unfortunately his momentum carries him out of bounds, and he takes a bit of a hard slam there into the bleachers. Stops to tie his shoe. Bullock averaging 2 steals a game for the Cardinals. He's one of their more aggressive defensive players. Cottrell will throw in. He finds Ellis. Ellis with a short-range jumper. No good. Rebound picked up by Yates in a scrum of players, and Catonsville now with control. Hopkins finds Banks. Banks usually not a starter. He was sidelined a bit with an injury this season, but has been forced into the rotation as Damian Hopkins is unable to play to start this new year. Yates finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez sizing up the competition. Finds Bullock. Bullock to Yates. Yates deep for 3. No good. Too much power on it. And Cottrell is there to scoop up the rebound. Here's a deep pass to Ellis. Ellis looked like he was going for the dump. He slips down to the ground there and instead goes for Hopkins, and he's going to be fouled. Ellis had a wide open lane but hesitated, decided not to go for the basket, spun around, slipped, found Hopkins, and a foul was called. Hopkins to the line to shoot 2. He'll nail the first, and we're tied up at 3-all. As checking into the game for the Cardinals, one second, we're just checking the jersey number on that player. That is freshman point guard number 23, Maurice Smith, who just checked into the game for the Cardinals. He's making his first appearance of the season, a mid-season addition, as Banks stole that rebound and finished. Hawks take a 5-3 lead. As I was saying, Maurice Smith, a new addition to the team for Catonsville, the freshman point guard from Newtown High School, joining the team mid-season. He's making his first appearance of the year. Maurice Smith. We'll keep an eye on him. Here's Yates. Smith now, his first action of the night. He goes to Banks. Banks back out to Smith. Smith feints like he's going to go for a 3. Instead goes Gonzalez for 3. Nails it. Second 3 of the game for Joaquin Gonzalez. And that'll give Catonsville the lead back as they take a 6-5 lead. Banks pressing heavily on Malik Jordan. Cottrell Opts instead to go to Banks. Excuse me, Ellis. And a foul's going to be called there. I believe they called that on Maurice Smith. Jordan finds Ellis. Ellis was looking for Hopkins. Gonzalez knocks it away, and the Cardinals now have it in transition. Here is Smith to the line, and he's going to get that. Yes, he is fouled. The basket will count. Thought for a second they might call a charge. No, they did not, thankfully. So Kyrie Ellis is the one who was fouled, as we have our first change for Hagerstown. As into the game for the Hawks comes number 34, Taban Deng, the sophomore power forward from Anchorage, Alaska. Hagerstown having a bit of a widespread roster. Deng replacing Kyrie Ellis. As I was saying earlier, as Jordan Euro steps his way and finishes nicely, makes it 9-7. 17 minutes to go here in the first half. Banks in transition, no good. Rebound jumped around. Austin Smith got a hand on it, but Jordan scoops it up. And now Hagerstown with another chance. Jordan loses control of the ball there for a second. He finds Hayden in the corner, and Hayden knocks down a three, and that should give Hagerstown the lead. Yates, pressured by Cottrell. He finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes to Smith. Smith fights for it, no good there, but a foul is called, and it will be 2 shots for Maurice Smith. They're going to call the foul there on Deng. Got a little too handsy. Two shots for Maurice Smith. No luck on the first. Nails the second. So we're tied up at 10 once again. Jordan, covered by Banks. A little physical there with Banks. Jordan sizing him up, sees an opportunity, too much power. He had Hayden. Hayden couldn't wrangle it in. He tried to throw it back in bounds, and it knocked off Smith's shin. So the Hawks will retain possession on a bit of a funky play there. Hayden finds Cottrell. Hayden tried to make Banks miss up there, no luck. Nearly stolen away by Gonzalez. And a shot clock violation against the Hawks. Spent a little too much time trying to set up a play, no luck there. As Kyrie Ellis re-enters the game to replace Deng for the Hawks. Banks. He's going to be caught palming the ball. Into the game. Into the game for Catonsville comes Keith Bullock Jr. as he replaces Kyrie Banks, who heads to the bench. Jordan finds Cottrell. Cottrell charges the basket, puts up a bit of a funky shot, and Smith is there to snatch it out of midair. Bullock looking for an opening. He finds Smith. Smith sizes up a three, knocks it down. Maurice Smith Don't look now, but the newcomer has 7 points. Tough there by Hopkins, no luck. Bullock with the ball. Bullock finds Yates. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Excuse me, 16 seconds. Yates with a deep three, no good. Gonzalez tries to get the rebound. Can't handle it. Stolen away by Ellis. Hawks with a chance. Hayden for three. No good. Rebound Cottrell. He dishes out to Jordan. Jordan feints a charge, instead goes for a deep three. It just kind of glides off the basket there. And Bullock is there to pick it up. Bullock trying to get a pick there from Gonzalez. No luck. Bullock will try himself. No good there. And the rebound is picked up by the Hawks. Hayden knocked out of bounds by Yates, who comes screaming in there. Hayden was trying to find Ellis in the middle. Ball knocked out of bounds. Cottrell will inbounds it for the Hawks. Deep inbounds pass to Jordan, back to Cottrell. Cottrell's just going to shoot a three there and took a bounce, but it's in. That'll tie the game up at 13. Bullock sizing up the defense, goes to Smith. Smith tries to break away. Pass a little off target, but Yates has to backtrack a bit. Instead goes back to Smith. Smith getting an order from Coach White. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gonzalez with a deep three, no good. Kind of going in there, but bounced out at the last second. And it's another rebound collected by the Hawks as Jordan dishes a nice pass to Hopkins, but he's going to get called for a charge. Oh, excuse me, they're going to give the foul there against Jordan. Bullock will carry up court. So we've got 13 minutes to go here in the first half. The score 13-13. Yates drains a three. Jalen Yates, the sharpshooter, knocks down another three. He's missed his first two, but he connects on his third. And Yates gets on the board, his first points. Forcing his way to the basket is Cottrell, and he'll add two there. 16-15. Catonsville still leads. Here is Yates. Looking for an opening. He finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives to the basket. Fouled. No good on the shot. And Gonzalez will go to the line to shoot two. The foul was on Malik Jordan. That's his second and the team's fourth. They have one foul to give. Gonzalez drains his first. As entering the game for Hagerstown, number 25, Alex Ofori, the freshman small forward from Hagerstown, Maryland, the hometown kid. Gonzalez knocks down his second. We don't see Joaquin Gonzalez a lot at the free throw line. He's rarely fouled, as timeout is called by the Hawks. Our first timeout here, quick look at the stats. Gonzalez and Smith both tied for 7 points each. The newcomer making his presence known early for the Cardinals. 7 points already. He's been perfect from field goal range and perfect from three-point range. His only shot he's missed is one of his free throws. Meanwhile, James Cottrell has 5 points, is leading the way for the Hawks. Kyrie Ellis leads the way with 3 rebounds for them. The leading rebounder for the Cardinals has been Jalen Yates with 2. So out of the timeout, looks like the rotation on the floor for the Cardinals will be Gonzalez, Bullock, Banks, Austin Smith, and Jalen Yates. Meanwhile, for the Hawks, it looks like it will be Cottrell, Hopkins, Ellis, Ofori, and Hayden. Here is Ofori, his first touch of the ball tonight. Ellis, bit of a short pass to Cottrell. Austin Smith was there to try and cover it up. Back out to Hayden. Hayden to Ofori. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Hayden with a 3, nails it, and that will tie the game up at 18 points apiece. Banks finds Yates. Looks to give it back to Banks. He will. Banks directing traffic. Trying to fake out Ellis. He'll drive to the basket, and he is fouled. Excuse me, not a foul. They're going to call that a jump ball. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. Yates. Deep 3, no good. A little short. Rebounds picked up by Cottrell. Hayden hits the ground hard trying to go for that layup. No good. Catonsville with the rebound. Gonzalez for 3. No good. Ofori with the rebound. And that's going to be a traveling violation against Hagerstown. 1 too many steps. Catonsville back in action. Bullock directing traffic. Dishes it to Banks. Banks flips it down to Gonzalez, who loses control. He flips it back to Banks. Banks feints the pass. Will pass. Yates from the corner. Oh, so close for Jalen Yates. This is a deep pass in transition to Ellis, and he'll just easily lay it in there. And that will give Hagerstown the lead, 20-18. Yates with the ball. Here is Bullock. Tries to dish it out to Austin Smith, but he can't handle it, and Cottrell steals it away. Cottrell finds Ellis, but Ellis loses control, flips it back to Cottrell, and Cottrell will, nice finish there, and he'll head to the basket as well. The foul was called on Jalen Yates, his second, the team's third, as Maurice Smith re-enters the game to replace Yates. And meanwhile, entering the game for the first time for the Hawks, and check that, it looked like the Hawks were about to make a substitution for Travis Smoot, but instead keep him on the bench, as we are now back underway. 23-18 is the score as we are halfway through the first half here. Catonsville looking for a response. And Bullock takes one too many steps. That's a traveling violation. Possession will go back to the Hawks. Ofori inbounds it to Hayden. Ofori. And another traveling violation called. Second traveling violation against the Hawks. It was Hopkins who was caught taking one too many steps. Here's Smith, finds Bullock. Bullock to Gonzalez. Gonzalez pressured by Ofori, spins around, puts up a nice move, and finishes nicely. Joaquin Gonzalez, who has been a scoring machine for the Cardinals over the past few games. like I'm going to see Joaquim drop 30 points a game. He's averaging 13.5. Stolen away by Smith. That ball is. Smith will try to finish, but it's blocked, swiped out of there by Ellis. And Hagerstown will now have possession. Hayden goes to Cottrell. Cottrell from 3. Deep, no good. Rebound picked up by Banks. Here's Banks with a long-range jumper, no luck. Hayden with the rebound. Hayden finds Cottrell, trying to do a little too much, and it's stolen away by Bullock. Nice behind the back move by Bullock. But he and Hayden get wrapped up and both take a tumble. Entering the game for Hagerstown, freshman power forward number 11, Folayemi Salako, and Tabin Deng. Bullock inbounds it to Banks. We're back underway. Keep your eyes peeled for Salako. He's leading the team in blocks. Deep 3 by Gonzalez, a little off target. Deng with the rebound. Ofori to Hayden. Hayden to Cottrell in the middle. Cottrell, oh, blocked by Austin Smith. A nasty block by Austin Smith. Possession will stay with the Hawks, but that was a highlight-worthy play there by the freshman. Here is Deng. He puts in an easy shot there. The score 25-20 in favor of Hagerstown with 7 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Bullock barks out orders, trying to set up a play. He finds Banks. Banks looking for a lane. It got closed up. Smith was pushed into his lane, and he lost his lane again. Hagerstown is going to capitalize on this, or are they? Cottrell lost control, but possession will stick with the Hawks as Bullock got a hand on it before it went out of bounds. Meanwhile, Malik Jordan is re-entering the game for the Hawks as he replaces Christoph Hayden. I believe Hayden is heading to the bench for the first time tonight. He's played the entire game so far. Cottrell feints a 3, instead goes out to Jordan. Jordan dishes it to Deng. Deng looking for a 3. No luck, and Smith trying to wrap down the rebound, but he can't handle it, and possession will stick with the Hawks as it's knocked out of bounds. Cottrell sizing up the defense. Gets a nice pick there from Deng. Jordan finishes there. Smith went down and Jordan finishes after scooping up the rebound. Here is Bullock. He's got an open lane, drives to the basket. Oh my goodness, blocked by Salako. And in that chaos, Austin Smith went down too. Short-handed, Catonsville's got no choice, they got a foul. Deng is fouled as he attempts a skyhook. And Bullock, it looks like, may have hurt himself on that play. Oh, looks like Bullock's got a nosebleed. Checking into the game for Catonsville is freshman point guard number 10, Nick Moore from Hammond High School. He'll replace Keith Bullock, who limped off to the bathroom with an apparent nosebleed. Thank goodness there are bathrooms on that side of the court. Looks like he got swiped in the face there by Salako during that block. That was a filthy block, I will admit. Deng misses the free throw attempt there, but he manages to scoop up his own rebound. No luck there. Ofori swarmed by Cardinals, trying to find an open man. And I believe he's going to get caught double dribbling. A funny moment there. Dang trying to pass it to the ref and instead finds the back of Joaquin Gonzalez's head. Dang putting up a finger, an apology there. Smith will dribble up court for the Cardinals. Pursued by Dang. Smith trying to drive to the basket. Partially blocked by Salako, and somebody, I believe that was Dang, took a pretty nasty slam into the tower. Foul is going to be called, I believe, on Dang, so it'll be 2 shots for Maurice Smith. 28-20 with 6.5 minutes to go. Cardinals trying to hold off, trying to prevent a double-digit lead here for the Hawks. And Smith will nail his first as Kyrie Ellis re-enters the game to replace Dang. And Christoph Hayden enters the game to replace Ofori for the Hawks. Both teams have used a similar number of substitutes. 28-21. No luck for Smith on the second, but Banks is able to get the rebound. There's going to be a dead ball whistled here. And wanted to reset the shot clock there. Smith will inbound. He finds Nick Moore. Banks back to Smith. Smith directing traffic, trying to get a play going. Tries to, open lane. Oh, nice, dangerous pass there by Smith to Nick Moore, but unfortunately, Moore took one too many steps and is going to be called for traveling. That's the 4th traveling violation of the night for both teams. Got 6 minutes to go. Cottrell with the ball. Cottrell sizing up Smith. Nice pick there, and he finishes nicely, and it will also get called for a foul. Cottrell will head to the line to try and make it a 10-point lead for the Hawks. Brief stoppage in play here is trying to wipe up some sweat from the floor. Cottrell shooting one, no good, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession will go to the Hawks, unfortunately. Gonzalez steals the inbounds pass, so Cardinals back in action. A 9-point deficit, 30-21. Not impossible to come back from, but made more difficult by mistakes like that as Smith accidentally kicks the ball away from himself, and then Banks has it stolen away by Ellis. And Ellis is going to finish nice off a dish from Cottrell, and that makes it an 11-point lead, our first double-digit lead of the night. Hagerstown leads 32-21 with about 5 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first half. Smith dishes it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a jumper. No luck. Austin Smith with the rebound, and Smith finishes nicely. Timeout called by Catonsville. With 5 minutes to go here in the first half, here's the score, 32-23. A 9-point lead for the Hawks. Joaquin Gonzalez leading the way for the Cardinals with 10 points. James Cottrell leads the way for the Hawks with 10 points as well. Back underway we go. Foul going to be called there on Austin Smith. Bry Hopkins re-enters the game for the Hawks, replacing Fulayemi Salako. Hayden will inbounds for the Hawks. Ellis, stolen away by Nick Moore. Moore had to corral it a bit, but he's able to get a handle. And now Moore will attempt a three. Got it! Timeout called by the Hawks after that. It's 32-26. A dagger three there by Nick Moore. Check that. Looks like they're only going to rule that for two. He had his toes beyond the line. That's a shame. First points of the game for Nick Moore, who entered the game for Keith Bullock Jr., and thankfully it looks like Bullock is okay after apparently getting smacked in the face and suffering a nosebleed. Another should mention during that timeout that Christoph Hayden went over to the trainer's bench to get some substance wiped off of his jersey. Don't want to speculate, but it might have been a little residue from Keith Bullock's nosebleed. Nice finish there by Bry Hopkins. Sends the lead back to 9 points for the Hawks. Smith got choked up there and misses the shot. Hagerstown back in action with about 4 minutes to go. Hayden steps back, thinks wisely, and instead dishes out to Jordan. Jordan under pressure from Banks, takes a shot there. No good. Moore with the rebound, but he's got Jordan all over him, and they're going to call Jordan for reaching. Malik Jordan is going to get his third foul of the game so far. And that should push, well, that will push the Hawks over the line. Moore misses his free throw attempt. Cottrell in transition, stolen away by Maurice Smith. And a jump ball is going to be called there. Possession should go to the Cardinals. Smith got a little tangled up with Alex Ofori. Smith boxed in, finds Gonzalez with 10 on the shot clock. Gonzalez, no luck on the 3. Ofori has not attempted a shot yet tonight until now and misses. Hopkins with the rebound and manages to score and is fouled. So that'll push it back to an 11-point lead for Hagerstown, 36-25. Foul was on Joaquin Gonzalez, which is his first, as entering the game now for Catonsville comes Jermari Young, another new addition to Catonsville, made a couple of appearances towards the end of 2021. In limited playing time, she looked pretty good, as Ellis takes a bit of a tumble there. And Keith Bullock is back in the game after a brief stop at the trainer's bench. He'll replace Nick Moore, who heads to the bench. So the lineup right now on the floor for Catonsville: Gonzalez, Smith, Bullock, and in the 2 newcomers, Maurice Smith and Jermari Young. Smith, a wobbly shot there, but he's fouled by Christoph Hayden and will head to the line to shoot 2. That is Hayden's second foul of the game. So far, 7 fouls for both teams. Check that, 8 fouls now for the Hawks, as Smith will shoot 2. He'll nail the first, and it will make it a 10-point game once again. Ofori boxed in, goes to Hopkins, trying to work the post, knocked out of his hands by Jermari Young. Good play there, and it'll give Catonsville a chance to pull closer. Gonzalez, nice finish there by Joaquin. That's going to push it to 36-29 with 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. Cottrell has been the leading scorer tonight. Stepped out of bounds while he was trying to sneak around Austin Smith. And Catonsville will get the ball net back. So a chance to capitalize here for the Cardinals. Bullock barking out orders, directing traffic. Goes to Maurice Smith. Smith step backs, puts up a 3, got it! Look at the new kid go. It makes it a 4-point game. Maurice Smith has 13 points tonight. Stolen away by Bullock and a nice finish. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. 36-34. Catonsville has roared back from 11 down. Bullock playing heavy defense here on Hayden. Hayden tries to finish, blocked by Austin Smith. Oh, what a rejection by Austin Smith. And a chance to tie things up or even take the lead. Gonzalez finds Bullock. Bullock is fouled, it looks like. Yes, maybe. Waiting for the call. Yes, and 1 for Bullock, and that's going to give Catonsville a chance to take the lead. The foul was on Cottrell, it looks like. Bullock will go to the line to shoot 1 and give Catonsville the lead. Excellent run here by the Cardinals. No look there, but we're tied up at 36 all. Nick Moore is back into the game for Catonsville. And Hopkins will finish there to help Hagerstown retake the lead. Less than a minute to go. Catonsville down 38-36. Moore tried to find Gonzalez, but instead found Hopkins. Only problem is that's not the Hopkins who plays for Catonsville. That's Hagerstown's Hopkins. About 30 seconds to go as Ellis drains a short range two, makes it 40-36. We got 30 seconds to go in this first half. Catonsville trying to build some momentum heading into the second half. Bullock looking for an opening. He finds Moore in the corner. Moore can't finish on the jumper. 10 seconds to go. 9 seconds. 8. Bullock with a nice steal. Scrum for the ball. Jump ball is called. I'll check that, a timeout. Timeout called here. Will be a 30-second timeout by Hagerstown. So with 3.8 seconds left, a chance for the Cardinals to get off one last shot. Check that, Hagerstown possession. Looks like there was no jump ball there. Actually, Hagerstown called the timeout before they could. Hagerstown with a chance to get one last shot off. Malik Jordan. And they do get the buzzer beater off as they find Hopkins. And he finishes, so entering the half, the score 42-36 in favor of Hagerstown. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the second half, as well as your first half stats. We're about 2 minutes from resuming tonight's men's basketball action here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center. The score, Hagerstown 42, Catonsville 36. And in one moment, there we go, we'll have our first half stats. Catonsville shooting 12 of 28 from field goal range, 42.9%, 5 of 13 from three-point range, 7 out of 11 on free throws. They've had 7 turnovers, scored 10 points off of turnovers, 11 total rebounds, 3 offensive, 8 defensive, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 7 steals, 7 fouls, 15 bench points, 3 second chance points, 10 points in the paint, no fast break points. Meanwhile, Hagerstown has shot 56.3% from the paint, 42.9% from three-point range, 42.9% from the free throw line. 11 turnovers, 11 points off of turnovers, 24 total rebounds, 7 offensive, 17 defensive, 8 assists, 2 blocks, 4 steals, 10 fouls, 3 bench points, 6 second chance points, at 24 points in the paint. Leading the way for the Hawks, James Cottrell has 10 points, Bry Hopkins has 9, Kyrie Ellis with 8. Malik Jordan leads the team with 3 assists, and James Cottrell leads the team with 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, newcomer Maury Smith is having one hell of an impact in his first game for the Cardinals. Smith leading the team with 13 points. Joaquin Gonzalez not far behind with 12 points. Leading assist for the Cardinals has been Keith Bullock Jr. and Kyrie Banks with 2 assists each. Leading rebounder, a 4-way tie between Bullock, Banks, Jalen Yates, and Austin Smith, each with 2. So here we go, 20 minutes to decide this one. We're back underway. On the floor for Hagerstown, Jordan Ellis, Hopkins, Ofori, and Cottrell. As Cottrell tries to go to the basket. Ball knocked out of bounds. Catonsville will take over possession. On the floor for the Cardinals, Bullock, Gonzalez, Moore, Smith, and Young. Check that. On the floor for the Cardinals, Austin Smith, Jalen Yates, Gonzalez, Banks, and Bullock. It is the original starting lineups. We had an error there in who was on the floor and who wasn't. Gonzalez finds Bullock. Bullock directing traffic. He goes to Yates. Yates sizing up his opponent. He's got Ellis. Instead, he goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez nearly loses control of it, and it's stolen away by Cottrell. Cottrell with a deep pass to Jordan. Jordan with a nifty little over-the-shoulder pass. And Cottrell is gonna hit a 3 after a couple of bounces. 45-36. The score. Yates for 3. No good. Rebound, Hayden. Hopkins is going to get fouled before he could get a shot off by Kyrie Banks. Hayden will inbounds it. Hayden will inbounds it for the Hawks. Jordan from the corner. Got it. It's a 12-point lead for Catonsville as Malik Jordan knocks down the 3. Things just got very loud here. Hagerstown bench making their presence known. Banks lost control. Everyone seems to be losing control. Slippery ball. Yates for 3. Knocks it down. Teased for a sec there, but Coach White wants to call a timeout. I think he's seen enough. There was 2 straight players on that possession who lost control of the ball for a second as it slipped out of their hands. I think he wants to give the team a piece of his mind. This will be a full timeout for the Cardinals. back underway. Bullock finds Banks to Gonzalez. Bullock trying to avoid a backcourt violation. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Yates has to put up a shot, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. Gonzalez for three. Got it. Big time three there by Joaquin Gonzalez. Makes it a 7-point game. Hayden goes back to Jordan. Jordan setting up a play. Trying to get a pick from Hopkins. He does, but it's stolen away by Bullock. Nice steal by Bullock, sneaking in. He goes to Yates. Yates takes a step, puts up a three, no good. Gonzalez tries to get the rebound, but instead he flips it to Hopkins instead. Here's a three by Cottrell, no good. Rebound picked up by Ellis. Ellis finds Hayden. Hayden tries to go for the three and drains it. And it pushes it back to a 9-point lead. Bullock drives to the basket, no good there. Hopkins with the rebound. Hayden for three, got it. And that makes it a 12-point lead. Bullock looking for options. He goes to Yates. Yates flips it out to Banks. Banks finds Bullock again. Bullock's going to be called for traveling, and the frustrations continue to mount for Catonsville. Maurice Smith now entering the game for the Cardinals to replace Bullock. Smith has been solid tonight in his debut. 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. He's also had 2 fouls. Here's a three attempt by Jordan, contested, swatted at. And a nifty possession there by Hagerstown, and then nice finish as Kyrie Ellis scores and pushes the lead to 14. It's the largest lead of the night for either team. Gonzalez drives to the basket, scores nicely. Drops it back down to a 12-point deficit, 55-43 with 15 minutes to go. Traveling violation called there by Jordan. Probably going to give Catonsville another chance. Risky pass there, finds Banks. Banks flips it out to Smith. Gonzalez looking for Banks. It's tipped out of bounds by Ellis as Alex Ofori re-enters the game for Hagerstown. To replace Christoph Hayden. Inbounds pass goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez with the skyhook, got it! And it brings it back to a 10-point lead. Catonsville looking for some momentum here. And they might get it from that. A bit of a risky layup attempt there by Hopkins is a miss, and Catonsville is going to get possession. Yates with the nice floater, got it! We're back to a single-digit deficit for the Cardinals, 55-47. It feels like Catonsville, whenever they fall into a hole and looks like the game might be broke open, As a foul is called there against Kyrie Banks. Got a little too aggressive there with Malik Jordan. It feels like every time that the game looks like it's going to be blown open by one of these teams, the other suddenly goes on a run, on a scoring run, and manages to tighten things up. Inbounds pass goes to Jordan. Bit of an aggressive play there. Austin Smith knocks it out of bounds. Possession will go to Catonsville, however. So our cameraman Larry making a run for the ball there. Joaquin Gonzalez will get it himself. So a chance here for Catonsville to continue to decrease the deficit. Gonzalez has 18 points, Smith with 13. Smith goes to Banks. Banks getting swept up by Ofori, finds Jalen Yates. Risky pass by Yates there, but it was kicked by Ofori, so the Cardinals will retain possession. Banks will inbounds it. He goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez heavily covered by Jordan. Gonzalez, no foul called there. He was kind of knocked around by Hopkins. And that looks like it's going to be called clean. Maurice Smith, oh my. Not sure what happened there. Maurice Smith and Bry Hopkins had a big collision heading to the basket. No foul was called. And Hopkins was down for a good minute there, but then popped right up. We had our trainer running over. Not sure whether that was serious or whether Hopkins was playing for something a bit dramatic. Probably was what it was. Surprised there wasn't a foul called there. It was a big collision between those two. Regardless, ball out of bounds. Possession will stick with Hagerstown. Here is Ellis. Loses control. Ofori snatches it up. Finds Cottrell. He's got Ellis wide open under the basket, but Ellis jumping for it. Nobody could see him. Jordan setting up a play. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 7, 6. Hopkins with an attempt blocked by Smith, and a foul is called. And Hopkins goes down again. This is the second time Hopkins has hit the deck and has been very slow to get up. Not sure what's going on here. Bry Hopkins, 9 points, 5 rebounds. He's been having a great game. This is the second time that he's been knocked down in the paint and has struggled to get up. Not sure that might just be for theatrics. Could be something serious. We'll have to wait and see. He's back to his feet. He's going to the line to shoot 2. The score 55-47 here with 13 minutes, 7 seconds to go. And Hopkins is going to head to the bench. He's heading to the trainer. Looks a little disorientated. So Christoph Hayden will take the foul shots. Hayden will miss the first. Brief stoppage in play there. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like they're reevaluating. Looks like they want Ofori to take the foul shots instead. So Ofori will shoot 2, and they're going to disc that first foul shot attempt won't count. Ofori's going to miss the first. Ofori has not made any of his shots tonight. He's taken 1 shot all evening, missed it. Second attempt, and Ofori is going to get on the board here. Puts it back to a 9-point lead. So after that little confusing sequence of events, we're back to your regularly scheduled action as Maurice Smith charges the basket, and he's going to get fouled on his way there. Two shots for Maurice Smith, and he's going to knock down the first, putting it back to an 8-point lead for the Hawks. Second attempt is good. We're back to 7 points. Jordan with the ball. Hayden with an attempt. Cottrell gets the rebound and tries. The ball does a full tour of the rim before settling in. Pushes it back to a 9-point lead. Smith blocked by Ofori. Hayden scores there, and he also will be fouled, so he'll head to the line as the lead has been extended now. It's another 12-point lead. Excuse me, 11-point lead. Hayden will try to make it 12. 60-49 is the score. No luck there. Gonzalez with the rebound. Yates from the corner. No good. Rebound Hayden. Maurice Smith with a nice swat and a foul there. A nasty collision between those two. It's the 4th foul of the game for Maurice Smith. And he is taken out of the game now as Keith Bullock re-enters. Smith's got to be careful. Jordan mishandles the ball there. And Ofori is called for palming the ball. Jalen Yates will shoot. We'll go to the line now. There's a technical foul. Banks sizing up the defense. And meanwhile, in the paint, Bry Hopkins, who's returned to the game, is going to be called for a foul. That is his second. Bullock will inbounds it. He finds Gonzalez, boxed into the corner. Joaquin finds a lane, puts up a shot, and is fouled hard and gets back to his feet. Foul is going to be against Kyrie Ellis. That would be his third. As this, after a relatively clean first half, this second half has devolved into a battle of free throws, as both teams have found themselves in plenty of foul trouble. It's definitely led to a slower pace. The score 60-51, a 9-point lead for Hagerstown. Make that an 8-point lead as Gonzalez drains his first free throw. He's got one more to go. No luck there. It will remain an 8-point game, but possession will go back to the Cardinals as the Hawks knocked that one out of bounds. Sulaco exits the game as Ellis returns. Bullock will inbound for the Cardinals and a chance for Catonsville to try and lessen the deficit. Banks in the corner. Finds an open lane, dishes out to Bullock. Bullock sizing up his man, goes back to Banks. Banks tripped to three, no good. Smith tried to get a hand on the rebound. There's a scrum for the ball. And a foul is going to be called in possession. Yeah, foul going to be called there on Bullock. A little too aggressive when he dived in there for the ball. Possession will go to Hagerstown. Hayden will dribble up court. Risky pass there, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession should go to Catonsville. Good heads-up play there by Kyrie Banks. There's a risky pass by Hayden. He was trying to find Ellis. Ellis was well covered, not sure what he was thinking. Gonzalez in the corner, boxed in once again. Has it stolen away by Ofori. Ofori finds Ellis, and Ellis will finish with a nice dunk. Pushes it back to a 10-point game. The Hagerstown bench loved that, but the players on the court more focused on getting a defensive stop. Gonzalez for three. No luck there. Austin Smith with the rebound. Dishes it out to Bullock. Another chance here for Catonsville. Make that a third chance. Banks tried a risky pass there to Gonzalez. Thankfully, Hayden wasn't able to grapple it, and it's knocked out of bounds. Coach White not very pleased with that one. Inbounds pass goes to Banks. Once again, he'll try to set up another play. Banks looking for his options. Gonna drive at the basket, puts up a bit of a wacky jumper right there, and Austin Smith tried to get a handle on it, but couldn't wrap it out. Couldn't wrap it up. Not only that, he's also gonna get fouled there. That would be Smith's third foul of the game. And Bry Hopkins, who had that weird sequence of events earlier when he hit the paint hard twice and stayed down, had to go out of the game briefly to get evaluated by the trainer, will head to the line to shoot two. First one's going to make it an 11-point game once again. knocks down the second. 64-52. We just got about 10 minutes to go left in this half. Catonsville's been playing catch-up the entire second half and struggling to do so. Yates from 3, no good. It's been an uncharacteristically poor shooting day for Jalen Yates, as Ofori with a nice finish, faking out Yates. Just continuing what has been a generally frustrating evening for the Cardinals. Down 66-52, and it's about this time when they fall in a hole like this that Catonsville begins to pull back. Bullock finds Nick Moore, and Moore is called for traveling. Maury Smith's going to come in as Nick Moore heads to the bench. Bullock getting handsy there, trying to go for the steal. And a foul is going to be called there against Hopkins. He argues his case with the refs. Catonsville will take over. Yates looking for an open man, finds Bullock. Bullock goes to Smith. Smith finds Gonzalez. Back to Smith. Smith feints a 3, loses track of the ball, and it's stolen away by Hayden. And a big collision there as Maury Smith goes crashing into the Hagerstown bench. Cottrell will inbounds for the Hawks. So we have 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Short jumper for Jordan, drains it. 68-52 the score now with about 8 minutes to go. Bullock. They're going to catch Jordan there for elbowing Bullock, and he is headed to the bench. As Hayden re-enters the game. Bullock to the line to shoot 2. No luck on, it was only 1. And a charge is going to be called against Ellis there as Maurice Smith went to the ground. Austin Smith, no luck there. Cottrell with the rebound. Ellis misses, rebound picked up by Ofori. Ellis with a shot blocked by Austin Smith and stolen away by Bullock. Bullock with a nice finish. Ball does a couple tours of the rim and a timeout called by Catonsville still playing catch-up. Well, we have a moment, folks. Next up for both of these teams, for Hagerstown, next up for them is a home game against Niagara County Community College on Sunday the 16th at 3:30 p.m. Catonsville, meanwhile, their next contest will be on the road as they face Lackawanna College on Saturday at 3 p.m., the next home game for the Cardinals. Friday, January 21st, 7 p.m., as they take on Garrett College. Only 4 home games left for Catonsville. Garrett College on the 21st, Frederick Community College on the 28th, Harford Community College on the 15th of February, and CCBC Dundalk on the 18th of February. And that should be a good one. 2 sister schools going at it. On the floor for the Cardinals, Gonzalez, Yates, Maurice Smith, Jamari Young, and Bullock. On the floor for Hagerstown, Hayden, Cottrell, Ofori, Ellis, and Hopkins. Cottrell with trying a little too much there, nearly slipped. Has to give the ball up to Hayden. Hayden finds Ofori. Ofori to Cottrell. Knocked away and stolen away by Jamari Young, and Young trying to finish. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Good play there by Jamari Young. Two shots for Young. Young will knock down the second as entering the game for Hagerstown, making his first appearance of the evening. Freshman shooting guard number 23, Travis Smoot from Pasadena, Maryland, graduate of Northeast High School. He replaces Hayden, who heads to the bench. Foul's going to be called there on Hagerstown. Bullock dishes out to Young, to Gonzalez from the corner, no good. Gonzalez tries to get his own rebound. Won't go. Ofori gets the rebound instead. Smoot getting his first action of the game. Cottrell stolen away by Young. Jamari dishes to Bullock. Bullock for three. Got it! Keith Bullock Jr. knocks down his first three-pointer of the night. Check that. They're going to adjust that. It was only a 2. It's an 11-point lead, 68-57 for Hagerstown, as Bullock's called for a foul there for getting a little handsy with Smoot. 1-1 for Travis Smoot. He'll knock down the first. Second opportunity. Five and a half minutes to go here as Smoot knocks down his second, 70-57. Bullock. Smith finds Young. Back to Yates. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bullock loses track of the ball, stolen away by Hayden. And Gonzalez went down hard and is hurt. He gets back to his feet. One and one for Christoph Hayden. No luck on the first. Ellis tries to grapple the rebound, and instead, Maurice Smith gets it. Smith nearly lost control there. Finds Gonzalez, and Gonzalez goes down hard after a collision with Hopkins. Two shots for Joaquin Gonzalez. He'll nail the first. Brings it to a 12-point deficit for Catonsville. Knocks down the second, makes it an 11-point deficit. We've got 4 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Still time for Catonsville to attempt a comeback. But based on the level of performance we've seen all night, don't know if that's possible. It's been a difficult night in every aspect for Catonsville. Hayden, underhand pass, and Hopkins finishes. 72-59, the score with 4.5 minutes to go. Catonsville staring down the barrel. As Maurice Smith misses a floater there. Catonsville staring down the barrel of their 13th loss of the 13th loss of the season and 6th conference loss. Suffice to say, it's not been the best season for this squad. Ofori misses a three, knocked out of bounds, and possession looks like it will go to the Cardinals. Catonsville's willing to let it just roll here. 4 minutes to go. Smith gonna get called for charging. Where is he? Conference there, mid-court by the refs. I'm going to call the foul instead on Ofori. That would be his first of the game. Check that, actually, that was on Bry Hopkins, and he's over the limit. That's 5, he's out. Smith knocks down his first and gives Catonsville to 60 points. Still 12 down with 4 minutes to go. to make it an 11-point deficit. Smith can't get it in. Ellis wrangles it up. Stolen by Bullock. Bullock in heavy traffic, puts up a contested shot, tipped around and knocked out of bounds. Possession looks like it'll stick with the Cardinals. And Gonzalez, frustrated, throws a punch at the Cardinals logo on the tower. I don't blame him on that one. Bullock trying to inbounds, finds Gonzalez, fighting for it. And a foul called here. Oh, excuse me, the ball was kicked. Catonsville will get another chance. So Gonzalez with a bit of a pass that was a little too low. Ball was kicked around. Jamari Young fighting for it, blocked. Ellis with the rejection. 3.5 minutes to go. And Young is going to get caught on a foul here as Kyrie Banks gets ready to re-enter the contest. Christoph Hayden heads to the line to shoot 2. Or 1 in this case. Excuse me, 2. Hayden has not hit his free throws tonight. He is 0 for 2 so far. Make that 1 for 3. As Kyrie Banks enters the contest to replace Jamari Young. Banks, the only Cardinal who's played tonight who has not scored. And despite what has been a mostly frustrating evening for the Cardinals, should mention another great scoring performance by Joaquin Gonzalez. 7 of 15 from the paint, 21 total points. He's also knocked down 2 threes. And just as I say, Gonzalez gets knocked to the ground, helped up by Cottrell. Smith trying to find an open lane, and he's fouled. It feels like this second half just won't end. Both teams have been getting in consistent foul trouble. We've already had one Hagerstown player foul out. Maurice Smith drains his first free throw, makes it 73-61 with 3 minutes, 14 seconds to go. One more shot here for Smith, got it. And it's back to an 11-point lead. It's kind of felt like it's hovered around 11 points all evening long. Cottrell finds Smoot. Smoot to Hayden. Cottrell lays it in. Extends the lead to 13 points. Banks nearly loses track of the ball. Goes to Bullock in the corner. Bullock, his shot bounces off the bottom of the rim and into the hands of Chris Hayden. 2.5 minutes to go. 75-62 the score. A risky pass there by Cottrell. And Hayden looks like he hurt his leg going down. Hopefully he's okay. I'm going to step away for just a second, folks. just step away for just 1 second. Got to give it up to Christoph Hayden. He's had a great performance tonight. 14 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. He hit the ground clutching his knee. Shout out to our athletic trainer who's attending to Chris Hayden right in front of our camera. Smoot looking for an opening. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Cottrell with the shot, no good. Bullock with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. Two shots for Keith Bullock. Should mention into the game for Ryan Snyder has entered the game for Hagerstown, the freshman shooting guard from Smithsburg, Maryland, making his first appearance of the evening. As Bullock misses the second. 63-75 the score. And with 2 minutes to go, Hagerstown trying to close this one out. Smoot finds Ofori and a timeout called. Good to see Chris Hayden back on his feet as we're back underway with 2 minutes to go. This is Smoot with the ball. He finds Cottrell. And I don't know where Cottrell is looking. Looks like Cottrell was looking in the direction of Ryan Snyder. And instead, he passes it right out of bounds. 75-63. 12 points lead for the Hawks. They've kind of held a 12-point lead all evening long. Around 12 to 11 points. Comeback still possible. Maurice Smith charges the basket. Instead, does a nifty little behind-the-shoulder pass. But Jalen Yates, who's having a terrible shooting night, can't finish. Kyrie Banks, however, is fouled on his way to the basket. He misses the layup, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. And a chance to make it just a 10-point lead with a minute and a half to go. Banks still looking for his first points of the game. And he'll have to keep waiting as he misses his free throw attempt. Nick Moore now entering the game. To replace Maurice Smith. And Banks is on the board as he knocks down his second free throw, making it an 11-point game with a minute and a half to go. And Catonsville trying to get the steal, but unfortunately a ball was knocked out of bounds. Check that. Catonsville's got the ball back. Nick Moore exits the game. Maurice Smith enters the game. Okay. Timeout called by Catonsville. So the ref initially called that the ball was knocked out of bounds by Catonsville, which would have given Hagerstown possession. But he changed his mind, apparently. Apparently, he misspoke. Catonsville ball. Gonzalez for three. No good, and a foul is called. That foul is going to be against Cottrell, which is his second. So Gonzalez will go to the line to shoot three. And this could be big. A chance to make it an 8-point game. No luck on the first. Second is good, and it makes it a 10-point game as Nick Moore re-enters the contest. Second makes it a 9-point game. 75-66. Minute 22 to go. Before he doesn't like what he sees, calls the timeout. So here we go. Before he will inbounds it, it's a 9-point lead. And a foul is going to be called there as Banks had to foul with a minute 17 to go. Ofori to the line to shoot two. Both teams well over the foul limit. Maurice Smith re-entering the game to replace Nick Moore. And good to see Christoph Hayden back into the game for for Hagerstown. No luck on the second one for Ofori, so it's back to just a 10-point lead. And with about a minute to go, Catonsville trying to find a comeback. Gonzalez for three. Got it! Huge three-pointer for Joaquin Gonzalez. Nearly stealing it away. We got a minute to go. 76-69, and Hayden is fouled by Bullock. I should note that Hayden was on the bench recently with that leg injury, so we'll see if that might affect his shooting at all. 56 seconds to go. 76-69. Hayden drains the first. Makes it back to an 8-point lead. No luck on the second, though. Another chance here for Catonsville. 50 seconds. Smith, Yates from the corner. No good. Rebound. Yates didn't foul. 42 seconds. Smith has to foul, and Ofori will head to the line. Yates had an opportunity to foul to prevent more time from being taken off the clock, but didn't. And Maurice Smith, it looks like, is fouled out. Ofori to the line to shoot two. Misses the first. That's a good one. One more for Ofori, who's been pretty solid from the free throw line tonight. Knocks down a second. It's a 9-point game, 38 seconds to go. Catonsville needs 3 threes and a big stop. Yates from three. No good. Hayden fouled. Oh, and some words exchanged there between Keith Bullock and Chris Hayden. Hayden will go to the line to shoot two. Kyrie Banks wisely stepped in to separate the two. The frustration is understandable. It's been a difficult evening for Catonsville. 2 shots for Chris Hayden. They'll knock down the second. That puts it back to a 10-point game. You should put this game out of reach. Shot clock has been turned off. 25 seconds to go. Banks streaking to the basket, puts up a layup, got it. Makes it an 8-point lead. Inbounds pass goes to Ellis. Ellis finds Hayden. He finds Ellis, and Ellis will finish with a two-handed lob. With 14 seconds to go, 81-71. It's a 10-point lead once again, and that should do it. Banks streaking through traffic. Yates from three, and it looks like he may have stepped out of bounds. He did. And to add insult to injury, he missed a shot once again. Yates, 2 of 12 from three-point line tonight. Inbounds pass goes to Cottrell. Knocked out of bounds by Joaquin Gonzalez, so with 5.8 seconds to go, this one's pretty much over. Ofori just needs to inbounds it, and he does. Catonsville still playing a heavy press here. That should do it. The final score from the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center, Catonsville 71, Hagerstown 81. We thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch this evening's contest. Next up for Catonsville, a road game against Lackawanna College on January 15th, Saturday at 3 p.m. Next home game will be on Friday, January 21st, 7 p.m. against Garrett College. Spectators aren't allowed at the moment, but you can always catch the game on the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals YouTube channel. For all of us here at CCBC Catonsville, I've been Isaac Donsky. Have a great evening.